First problem from projection of solid. As we have already discussed in projection of plane, the first step you have to identify the shape of the plane. So in this case also you have to identify the shape of the plane. So the first step is the same. So you have to find out the shape of the plane, shape of the solid, and where it is resting and how it is resting. So these three things you have to ask yourself and find out from the statement to draw the initial step. So here a pentagonal prism of side 30 mm and axis 60 mm is resting on one of its corner on its base on the HP. So from this first statement you can find out these answers. So shape is pentagonal prism. Where it is resting on the HP. How it is resting with its corner. So first of all you have to draw a pentagon. So here they ask you the shape or the plane, the solid is resting with its corner. So in projection of plane, if it is resting with its corner, then we are starting with the initial corner, but in this case you have to make it opposite. So in projection of solid, if it is resting with its corner, then corner will be over here. So you have to start with the side. So the first is it is with 30 mm. So draw a 30 mm line. Then measure 108 degree from both the ends. To complete the pentagon. Draw 30 degree from these 2 points. To find out a third point, you have to use this method. Join them. So this is the top view of your solid. So it is a prism. So prism has a 2 pentagons on it. So you have to give names 2 times. So A, B, C, D, E is a base pentagon, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is a topmost part of the pentagon. Now you have to find out the center point to find the axis of the solid. So to do so, you have to find out the center point of this plane, which is somewhere over here. So just draw it very lightly, because you don't need this kind of lines in your solid, because prism and pyramid, in pyramid you have to draw this kind of lines in solid form, but don't be confused with the prism. So you just have to find out the center point of it. So this point is your center point. So O1. Now you have to draw the projections of it. So projections, just extend these lines on XY. Your C and E point must be lies in a same line. The front view of this solid is a rectangle. So complete the rectangle, and the axis height is also given to you, which is 60 mm. You can see is a 60 mm. So you have to draw a line at 60 mm height. So this is your axis, so axis must be drawn long short line, and draw edges from each and every corner to complete the front view. So this is your front view of the solid in an initial position where it is resting with its HP. This point is A dash, B dash, this is C dash, E dash, and this is D dash, because we have considered bottom part of the pentagon as a ABCD and top part as a numbers. This is 1 dash, 2 dash, and 3 dash, 5 dash, and 4 dash. And now this axis is also there, so you have to give names like O dash and O1 dash. So this is the initial position of your solid. Now the longer edge containing that corner is inclined at 45 degree to the HP. So the longer edge containing that corner, that means they are talking about this edge, because this is the corner they are talking about. Then this edge is inclined at an angle of 45 degree with the HP. So right now it is at an angle of 90 degree, so you have to make it an angle of 45 degree over here. So draw a line at an angle of 45 degree from anywhere like this, and the height of this line is a 60 mm. So draw a line at 60 mm length Now this is a 45 degree angle, and the longer edge containing that corner, that means D dash 4 dash is this line. So you have to complete this rectangle over here by drawing a perpendicular lines. So the length of this line you have to measure it, but first of all I'll draw the lines and then mark it. Measure this distance because we need these sides over here and here. Complete your rectangle by thick lines. And you have to find out axis and this edge also. So to find it, we are going to take one reference as a 4 dash. So this is your 3 dash 5 dash, and for axis this is your O dash. Axis should be draw with the chain line. Now give names like this is 3 dash 5 dash, this is O dash, O1 dash, C dash E dash, this is A dash B dash, and this point is 1 dash 2 dash. Now this is second position of the front view. We have to find out a top view. So to do so, as we have already seen in projection of plane, that you have to use a projections of this and this to find out intersecting points. So to draw all the projections, from each and every corners and then find out the intersecting points. So this point is my A point because this line is passing from A dash B dash corner and this is from A. So this point is my A point, this is my B point, then C, D and E. So you can see something like pentagon. So this is the base side. We have to draw a upper part. So we have to find out 1. So this point is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You have to join all of them. Now one information I'll want to share you, like if this is a solid, then if you try to rotate it, then if you observe it from the top, some of the edges and the corner are not visible from the top. So you have to draw it with the dash line, which is hidden part. Okay, if you observe it from the top, you cannot see the corner and the edges of this solid over here. So you have to follow this rule over here. When you rotate your solid at this direction, and if you observe it from the top, you cannot see the corner of D and this edge DE and DC as well as D4. You cannot see these lines. So these lines must be drawn with the dash lines. So this is my dash lines because you cannot see from the top. So first of all, understand that concept and then draw it. Otherwise you have to erase the lines and it will not look like a dash lines. Then 1, 2, this topmost part is already means visible because it is on your sight. Now we have to join the respective corners. A with 1. This you can see in projection of solid, everything is imagination. You have to just imagine the rotation of the solid for better understanding. Now you cannot see this edge because it is backside of the solid when it is rotated. So you have to draw this as a dash line. So this is your intermediate position. Now to find out the final position, let's see. The axis of the prism makes an angle of 30 degree with the VP. So you have to find out the axis. So this point is O1 and this point is O point. Now just draw this axis. So this is axis over here. So I am talking about this axis. So right now this axis is parallel to XY line and they asked to make at an angle of 30 degree with the VP. So this line have to make an angle of 30 degree with the VP and you have to construct the whole solid over here. So first of all, mark any point, then draw it at an angle of 30 degree. draw a line. So this line, it is at an angle of 30 degree. You have to construct the whole top view of the solid over here. As we have already discussed in the projection of plane, you have to construct these rectangles. You have to measure this rectangle and construct it over here. So this is the thing. So first of all, measure these corners. I am talking about these corners, this line, because we are going to construct whole rectangle here, and then structure, inside structure of the lines, and then we are going to find out the intersecting points of the this solid and complete our structure. So this distance is around, from this point to this point, is around 4.8. So you have to draw a line at 4.8 distance. So 4.8, that means 2.4 from both the side. So 2.4 is somewhere here, and 2.4 is somewhere here. So this is the line, is like this. Now draw this line from this point to this point here. So measure it. So this point is around 7.4. So draw a parallel line from this, which is 7.4. You have to draw it very lightly. And then complete the rectangle. Now you have to find out inside structure of it. So we are measuring it by using this. So first of all, I need A to E line. So I'll just okay. So this point, this is a AB line, and this point is a 4, this line. So I need a vertical lines like AE. So make an arc over here. So this line, then this is a second line. Third line. Fourth. This is already here. So you have to construct inside structure. Like this. Then mark this distance from B point, this point. This distance over here, and axis is already drawn, so no need to measure it again, and only one line is remaining, which is a line from this distance. Now construct whole structure. As I said earlier, you have to construct it very thin lines. Now find out intersecting points, like first of all A point. So this point is A, this is B, these points. This line is C point, and this is D, this is E point. So first pentagon is over here, second one is 1, 2, This point is 3.4 and 5. Construct whole pentagon here by joining them. Make sure that hidden line is also drawn. Now joint respective corners. This is drawn with the dash line. So you can see we have drawn our top view of the second position over here with the exact dimension by using this method. Now you have to project all the lines over here, and you have to find out the final position, means front view of the final position. So project each and every corner of this A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and for this you have to project all of them to find out intersecting points. So I have constructed the whole line projections. Now I'll give you some exercise. You have to draw a hidden lines at your own in the front view. So you have to imagine if you rotate your solid in any means like in VP, and which edges and which corners you are not seen from the front, the connecting lines or that lines along with that points, you have to draw it with the dash lines. So that is your exercise. So I'll draw with the solid lines. So let's find out the intersecting points. So this is a little bit confusing, so make a sequential selection. Like A, you have to draw first of all starting with the A. So this point is A dash, then B, this point is B dash, C dash is over here, this is D dash, and E, so this point is E dash. So A, B, C, D and E. Now let's find out A1. So this point is 1 dash, 2 dash, this point is 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash and 5 dash. Joint each and every corners with the thick lines. You have to think about that hidden lines. Now joint respective corners. So one with the A, 2 with the B, 3 with the C, 4 with the D, and 5 with the E. So this is your final position. So this is initial position, intermediate position, and final position. In this you have to draw a hidden lines. Okay, so this is the first problem of projection of solid.